Sharmake realized it's a multipolar world. You know what I mean? So Sharmake single-handedly went on all these media outlets of all stripes. He went to the Russians, I think BRICS, which has multiple countries involved in it, and they are the antithesis of the USA. And he talked about the legal status of Somaliland. They were shocked, those people. And then here comes your governmental officials. They go on other media outlets. They talk about Somaliland being a de facto state, that it's separate. So you can see that there's no synergy in the messages. Okay. So what I'm trying to say is the people of Somaliland they have a lot of power. For example, UK Somaliland Alliance, they showed soft power. It's truly, you can see, remarkable. They're talking about, here we are pro this flag, we are pro Somaliland, and we need our self-determination rights of 26th of June restored. They're out there. Let me ask you guys a question. Did the government of Somaliland take this and send this message to the world saying, hey guys, look here, these are the people of Somaliland. They're loud and clear in their message. No such things happen. So I've realized the Somaliland government, subsequent governments, it's all about optics. It's all about bravado. It's all about fluff. You know what I mean? And I'm hoping that the people of Somaliland are gonna, be strong enough. You guys are gonna be altruistic enough to fight back and say, no, so we need course correction right now. To be honest, we are not going to exist. 3 people were killed in Wachale. Do you guys know about this? With impunity. It's because the people of Somaliland have been rendered stateless. Every person who is Isaac in the world can only, Allah first, and then the state of Somaliland should be protection for the people of this descent. But because Somalia has been able to render Somaliland stateless, these deaths of impunity happens all the time. So what I'm trying to say is, Ms. Audal, thank you for this English space. I hope you open multiple English spaces. I hope it becomes a feature here on X. We need to sell to the world. This is really critical. I'm telling you right now, the USA wants Somaliland, but she doesn't know how to come, the USA is being told that Somaliland is still seeking independence. So my question to you, Hawash and Ms. Audal, if the politicians of Somaliland will be unable to leverage the US government today with this new Trump administration, you see it's a transactional administration, what hope do we have, to be honest?
Adna, I agree with you, but since in case we have new followers that are not Somalilanders, could you give us a quick points about Somaliland's legal status? Could be like short as possible, 3-4 points of what is Somaliland and what are we as Somalilander activists seeking in 2025? What do we want?
Okay, Somaliland, the people of Somaliland, I think we are demanding, we are not begging anybody, number one, we are demanding our retrospective recognition because Somaliland is a state. It was granted independence on 26 June 1960. It was given the rights to self-determination on 26 June 1960. Somaliland never forfeited its status. Somaliland's documents, which is independence and recognition, was sent to the United States of America. The world was anticipating a Somali republic. That never happened. Somaliland is still misidentified as part of Somalia. And this means that any country that continues to hide Somaliland, obscure Somaliland, be it deliberately or inadvertently, is breaking international laws. For example, the Jews-Kogens law. So what I'm trying to say here, I'm trying to talk to the activists of Somaliland. I'm trying to talk to the citizens of Somaliland. You have a lot of power. Look at what the Kenyans did recently. Even if it wasn't legal, it's not a legal mandate. The president of Kenya has been nominated as the second most corrupt politician globally. This came from the mandate of the citizens of Kenya. So you can see that Kenya is being scrutinized. But look here again. Kenya is a sovereign country. It's an independent country. It's a state. It's able to deal with the USA. It's able to deal with Russia. No, I mean China. Recently, Marco Rubio, the State Department, they never kind of like cut off diplomatic ties with Kenya. You can see that they talked about Kenyan's strength and that they're going to try to work further with Kenya. General Langley of AFRICOM was recently in Kenya. So what I'm trying to say is we need to be on the table, not at the table, not as the menu, but as participants. Another thing I want to say, Ms. Audal and Sharmake, which is shocking, and Hawash, we all need to go and register. Faiza, if you look at the African Union and the United Nations, Antonio Guterres, and this guy from Djibouti, they put out a post today saying that they're seeking reparations. You see what I mean? Somaliland is not on the table. So they're trying to seek reparations from the West, saying that the Africans were marginalized or colonized. But Somalilanders who suffered the Isaac genocide, the whole of Somaliland was distracted, for heaven's sake. This guy they're trying to garner money for Somalia and other African states, but you're
The
not on
hypocrisy, the
look at that,
munafiqnimo.
Howard. But you're not
Oh
on the
my
table.
God.
You're not on the table. You're
Can
on
you
the
just
menu.
repeat that? Can you just repeat that, please, for the ones below? Just repeat this.
Ha-
Just repeat this munafiqnimo.
Hawash, I want you to send to everybody. Guys, all of you, you have to register. You have to make sure that the world knows the hypocrisy of the United Nations and African Union. So why are they doing this? This came via the African Union. They're trying to say that there's a forum. They're going to hold a forum very soon, and they're going to try to push for reparations for Africa due to colonialism. But you're not on that table. You're not sitting at the table. You are going to be on the menu. You see, Hawash? So where are your representatives? You know? So we have to do the heavy lifting. We have to kind of bring to the attention of the world that these people are like, this guy is a genocide. The guy who is from Djibouti, he's denying the Isaac genocide. That means he's implicit and he's facilitating the destruction of Somaliland. So my point is, Hawash and Miss Audal and Yasin and everybody here, you have the power to move things in the right direction. Aku eganina un siyasi optics and subversion, propaganda. You know what I mean? Inta sunong kuchoshindaha.
I just look at this hypocrisy. But then again, I am not mad at them. You know why? You don't ask, you don't get. Somaliland is not asking. We are just sitting there like little cats waiting for our food. And it's never gonna come. Because no one cares about you other than yourself. You need to start asking. Look at this. They are asking for finance and funds when they committed a far more atrocities and genocide. You know what? I gave it to them because they asked. Somaliland's not asking.
Absolutely. I think we've given, but I think Hawaj, I think this is about time that we Somalilanders have to push for what is ours. Um, for me, in terms of Somaliland government, whether we can apply pressure or we can actually try and register, like Adna say. I put the post at the top so you can see the post. The African Union mission, I think is happening tomorrow. So you can join that. I'm not sure. Adna, I don't know if you could touch a little bit on it, a bit more information. I know you're at work. I don't know if you have a minute.
Are you talking about the post in the African Union mission?
Yes, can you tell us a bit? Can you explain a little
Oh,
bit?
it's and I advise all of you Somalilanders to partake. It's a discussion and it's a it's a high level policy dialogue, and also and what's his name, the Mahmoud Ali Yusuf, the chairman of the African Union, is going to be there. The United Nations Secretary General is going to be there, Antonio, and also the president of the 79th session of the UN General Assembly. What's his name? Philip Homan is going to be there, and he's going to talk about the justice for Africans and people of Africans descent through reparations. So this is only just basically about asking the West, the so-called colonizers, to pay back what they took from Africa. So this is another way for these corrupted individuals, because let's be real, the African Union is highly corrupted. The United Nations is a highly corrupted organization. Hence, why a lot of countries are stop supporting them financially. They are asking for African reparations to for these West to pay back money, and where is this money going to go? Where is this money? No, this money is just going to be for some individuals. It's not for the civilians, the African civilians that have been impacted by colonialism. So I suggest and I highly advise Somalilanders to partake in this, and then we can also give our voice. And I will be sending it to Somaliland officials, and inshallah I'll be asking them to partake in this because they need to give their voice. They say, well, how about the people that suffered the genocide in Somaliland? Where's their justice? Where's their rights? The ones that are dead, where's their rights? The ones that are currently alive and suffer from all sorts, where's their rights? Everyone's been through colonialism. But if Africa is looking for justice externally, they need to provide justice internally too. As Somaliland is part of Africa, we're the Horn of Africa. If anything, we live in the oldest part of Africa. The mother of Africa is Somaliland. So we need to just start demanding our rights. And again, I highly advise for you Somalilanders to take part in this discussion. It's a high level policy, a policymakers discussion, and meaning that, this is going to be part of African Union future and United Nations future policies, and all of these discussions will be, noted. It's not just going to be lost in the conversation. And inshallah, I'm going to be there. I'm going to get these Somaliland's, I don't want to say failed system, but for them to partake. Marka, so buuxiya inshallah.